Hey everybody, welcome back to Currency 365 and welcome to World News episode 16. Hope you guys are having a great day. Let's start off with the markets, the US markets, and then we'll get into the world markets a little later. All right, so the Dow Jones is up 72%. The NASDAQ is up 35. Actually, not 72 points. Sorry, not 72%. That would be a record. Up 72 points. NASDAQ is up 37 points. Oil is up at $45.43. Gold is actually up today, surprisingly. 1,110.3, and the euro is up against the dollar. So the euro's been climbing back up here a little bit here, or maybe a lot here. So let's see. Apple taps Eurozone bond market again. Okay. New York Fed seeks names of upcoming board vaccines. Bank of America continues to push investors to support dual roles in Moynihan, Moynihan, Moynihan. I don't know what that is. It could be a person. I think it's a police officer, but it could be something else. Let's see. Appeals court sides with Facebook. Let's see. Intel to stop supporting science contests. Whoa, I don't know what that is all about. Netflix to expand in Asia. Wow. Okay, so let's see. Prime Minister Al Abadi. We have heard the Iraqi people. Man, only took. I ain't gonna say nothing. Abadi's only been in there for a year, but if we go back to Maliki, it's only taken, goodness gracious, 9+ years, to hear from the people. So let's see. Prime Minister Abadi penned an opinion piece on Wall Street Journal on September 8, 2015, in which he addressed the recent protests in Iraq and the steps that the government of Iraq is taking to bring about meaningful change that will end the cycle of corruption that has stilled the country's ability to meet its full potential. Now, of course, we know that the Constitution of Iraq says that they're supposed to launch a global market economy. Okay, they're supposed to participate with the global world. Okay, and they haven't done that in a long time. So it is what it is. So they have to get back there. Okay, so Prime Minister challenged three perceptions which are commonly held by outside observers, that Iraq's communities lack a common sense of identity, that the country is divided, and that Iraq is not conducive to democracy. Okay. Let me see. Should I read more? Nah, I don't think so. It's kind of boring. He's just talking to the world. Okay, about Iraq, and he's saying that they're doing the reforms because people are protesting, and people are tired of the oppression and the lies, the cheating, the stealing, the money laundering. No electricity, all the things that he's supposed to be saying right now, and as they put the reforms in place. Okay, so let's move on. China intends to oust the dollar from oil trade. Now, and if this happens, we know the dollar is done, because the dollar is really based on oil. Okay, the dollar strength is based on the petrodollar. So if China can take them out of the petrodollar, which will be hard in the beginning, but they probably will do it, because, like I said, China will be the financial country of the New World Order. So let's see, and the New World Order banking system, headed by the BRICS, the AIIB, the BRICS Bank. So let's see, China is planning to launch its own oil benchmark in October. And a lot of things are happening in October too. Remember, I was telling about a lot of things that are planned for September are going to actually cross over into October. So similar to the Brent and WTI, not WTO, but WTI, striving for the more important role in establishing crude prices. Unlike the Western benchmark, the Chinese contracts will be nominated in the yuan, not the U.S. dollar. Shanghai International Energy Exchange sent a draft futures contract to market players in August. All right, so I'm not going to read the rest of this. Let me see what the bottom says. China is one of the world's largest oil buyers. Nearly 60% of its oil consumption comes from imports. Okay. Let's see. The Iraqi government is implementing physical reform plans to stop the pensions of senior officials and reduce allocations to current. All right, so they're continuing to stop pensions, reduce salaries, and especially from people and stop all salaries from people that are, connected with Daesh and ISIS. Of course, that's number one. So that's what they're doing now. Iraqi government today issued the decision to stop all pensions and of senior officials in the country and reduce the financial allocations for current officials as part of the financial reform plan and the system of salaries and special allocations in the state. Okay. The Iraqi government said that in a statement that the Council of Ministers yesterday decided to suspend the pensions of presidents and vice chairmen and members of the Presidential Council and the heads of governments, ministers, and deputies and their deputies and ranks shall be fixed and paid their salaries. Okay, and this is also good. This is good. All going to be implemented in September. So that's good news, okay, and that has to be done because these people are money laundering. These people are corrupted, man. Most of the government is corrupted, so they have to stop this stuff because these are the people that are giving money to Iran, giving money to terrorist groups, giving money to Daesh and all types of groups to keep Iraq in its bondage. So you have to stop the all that so we could launch the global market economy and get Iraq back on track. So that's good news from a body, and that's part of the reforms. So we're starting to see the reforms start to work here after we called it out. And I know we don't matter, but some way, somehow, you guys or me or the Dinar community, it could be any of the gurus, it could be anybody in the Dinar community. We call out things, and then other people say it, and then we start to see it happening on the news in Iraq. So I don't know what it is. Somebody's listening to us, or somebody's looking at us. I don't know. I don't think they are. I wouldn't. But it's funny how that's working. Now we say stuff, and then people in the Dinar community say things, and you guys even comment things, and boom, it's in the news. So I don't know. Let's see. Iraq's body dismisses 123 senior officials as part of the reform. So there we go. So the reforms are working. I think I talked about this yesterday. They have an actual article on it. It says Wednesday he had dismissed 123 deputy ministers and generals, managers as part of the reform push aimed to reducing corruption and mismanagement, which has made the country nearly impossible to govern. Well, it's kind of and it says our body has rolled out the largest shakeup in the country's governance system since the U.S. occupation. So it's kind of funny because, like, if you're one of those 123 senior officials, that's embarrassing to know that you're corrupted like that and you have to go. That's kind of embarrassing, man. How can you look at your family and your friends in the face knowing that you're corrupted, man? You're holding good people down and back from having a wonderful life for their family and kids. That's embarrassing, man. Some people don't think it's embarrassing. Some people think that's what they're supposed to do because that's how demonized they are. But it's embarrassing either way. Let's see. What does this say? 175 days Treasury says debt has been frozen. Yeah, the national debt, the federal debt that America has, the debt limit is not moved for a long time. So we don't know why, and
I don't know. I don't know why. I'm not even going to speculate on it, but it's been frozen for a while. Um, who knows? Who knows what the real debt limit is? And because everything's been frozen, we don't know. So I'm not even going to talk about it. Let's move on. It's very fishy. Okay, that you can just stop debt. Okay, I stop debt at 18 trillion and just continue life like there's no debt. I can't. I'm not, I'm speechless on that. Speechless. Okay, so let's move on. Let's look at the world markets now. Let's see. Shanghai Composite is down over 1%. Hang Seng's down almost 3%. Nikkei down 2.5. Yeah, 2.51%. DAX is down almost 1%. CAT 40 for Europe is down 1%. FTSE 100 is down 1%. Mexican Bolsa is down 0.68. Brazilian is down almost 1%. And also the S&P 500 in America is up today 0.044. So that is the world markets. Most of the markets are down except for the S&P. And of course the Dow. Well, did I say the Dow was up? Yeah, I think the Dow and the NASDAQ is up. And gold was up and oil was up, and the euro over the dollar was up. Okay, so we got some things up and we got some things down. Cool. All right, so yesterday, Parliament voted and passed the law of imposing taxes on vehicles. So that's something that was approved yesterday. It means nothing to us, but it was approved yesterday. Just want to let you guys know that for some reason. I don't know. Let's see. It says India has the highest number of under 5 children deaths in global. Wow. Come on, India, pick that up. Come on. Take care of them children. Let's see. Iran ready to talk with U.S., Saudi Arabia on Syria crisis, I guess. What else is going on? Okay, Parliament was in session today. I don't know what has actually gotten done today, though. Parliament hosts Minister of Agriculture, Water Resources. Okay, a body. Some reforms postponed to avoid injustice. Okay, don't know what reforms those are because he's not saying. Current budget is less than last one in 45%, says the Prime Minister. I have no clue what he's saying there. I know that the 2016 budget is a lot lower than the historic one we had this year. This was historic budget that we had this year. Next year is a lot lower. Okay, so that could be because the rates coming. I don't know. We'll see. A body reforms must include all sectors. That includes banking and reforms and financial sectors. So, good news to see. Some areas were liberated. The PUM liberates Al Kabachi or Kabacha area, destroys weapons. Okay, so good. So things are moving along with Peshmerga and the Iraqi forces liberating areas. We haven't heard much about liberating Anbar and Fallujah and all these other areas. They just stopped talking about it for some reason. So that's pretty strange. Pretty strange. Okay, here's the article. Iraqi central bank governor says the dinar is in good position. Okay, I'm not gonna really read it. It's basically the same thing from yesterday. It's just they changed the title and they just changed some wordings. It's basically the same thing I read yesterday, the article of the day yesterday. And so I'm not going to go into it since almost the same things yesterday. Let's see what a body is saying here. A body's office cancel agents and managers to exempt 2 sites, and some of them were from incompetence. Okay. Another from a body's office says 24 exempt agent and the director general in the ministries of transport, electricity, and water resources. Okay. A body's office also says new exemptions will be issued against the agents and managers of 2 years. Another one from a body's office says 13 exempt agents and director general in the ministry. Ministry of what? Ministry of Health. Okay, that's what they're talking about. Okay, cool. Is that it? I think I got another one from a body's office. I don't know. Let me see if it can I gotta wait to see if it can translate. If not, that's fine. I'll move on. I got something from Iran. Okay, it won't translate, so let me move on. Iran parliament likely to reject nuclear deal. Now that title's kind of iffy because you're talking about Iran. Iran's parliament likely to reject nuclear deal. Are you serious? But that's what the title. I think it's just a catching title. Senior Iranian politician and nuclear expert says that Iranian parliament is likely to reject the nuclear agreement. And let's see, it says that. It says the guy who's talking, who is what's his full name here? See if I can find his full name. Nope, can't find his full name. It just says Yari. Yari says that the parliament has at least 5 serious objections to the nuclear deal. Okay, I'm not going to read all 5 of them, but he says that they have five objections to this nuclear deal that they need to have planned out. Okay, but let me read this part. It says, Iran will undertake commitments according to the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, which is the JCPOA. So anytime you hear JCPOA, that is the Joint Comprehensive Comprehensive Plan of Action. Okay, and they reached between the Iran and the P5+1. You guys already know what the P5+1 is. On July 14. However, this agreement has more than 60 substantive and formal objections, which should be evaluated before being taken force. Okay, so the guy's name is Saeed Yari. Okay, the chief is secretary of the Organization of Iran's National Interest Protection. Wow, these guys have long titles, I swear. Oh man. Okay, well, I think that's it for world news, and this was world news episode 16. So that's just the beginning of the day. I'll be back for world news episode 17, probably at the end of the market, so we can see how the markets did, and then we can also see what's going on. In between there, I'll do another question and answering. Submit your questions to Facebook, Twitter, and what else I got? I got Instagram, but I don't think I have the DM mode on that yet. I don't know. And also YouTube. So send your questions and messages there, and I'll pick some out. So yeah, and then we'll do the article of the day if I can find something that's good. Okay, if it's all bad, then I'm not doing the article of the day. But if there's an article of the day to be had, then I'll do it. All right, and I'll put it out before I do the world news. So all right, guys, Currency 365. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you guys in a little bit with article of the day, question and answering, and then at World News episode 17. And then if I have any other surprises or breaking news, I'll bring that to you guys too. All right, guys, peace.